against Jan Nepomniachtchi. A contested decision about whether he should have...
I don't know what Wesley is going to do in any given game. He hasn't played his consistent best, but when he does play well, he plays great. And away we go. We're 2 knights, Joker piano with bishop c5, and instantly bishop g5.
By the way, so Fabi has actually come with a very clear opening preparation for this one. Tanya.
And I want to throw this to Peter. Peter, with such little time in between Blitz games, how much are you really preparing for the next game?
I don't think you are. I think you have a certain plan of what you're going to do in certain games. Also, Fabi, I think, has been, he has a Blitz repertoire. I think good Blitz players, and I think the first one I've heard mention a specific Blitz repertoire was Sasha Grishuk, who is a 3-time world champion in this world format. And he would occasionally just prepare something for one tournament, not for one game, but for one tournament.
Right, I'm going to play the King's Indian.
And that just takes away the decision phase. Like, you know you're going to be doing this in every white game, for instance.
Right.
And yeah,
I don't think with 9 rounds of Blitz in one day, I don't think anybody actually is.
I will
stop myself right
interrupt you there, as we've just seen a piece sacrifice. We know these piece sacrifices exist, as we've seen them played a number of times. Knight takes g5, h takes g5, and I have to tell you, I have this very strong prejudice not to be the one with my pieces pinned. I really do. I hate having the pinned pieces. You, Peter, you're very familiar with these sacrifices.
Yeah.
Which side of the board do you like?
I agree with you. Having studied these positions a little bit, they often are okay-ish, but they require incredible precision from black and much easier to play from the white side.
Yeah,
and also, if you want to play h6, g5 in these types of positions, you can often do it with the king back on e8. Which I think diffuses the threat of the sacrifice a great deal. And then once you've driven the bishop back to g3, you can castle kingside, and people actually do that quite a lot. This is a very, very fashionable line. I think bishop d5 here is the move. I think the way to make sure that this pin remains forever is to play bishop d5. Yeah, I don't know if Fabi has anything even stronger in mind.
He played queen f3.
No, queen f3 for sure, bishop e6.
Rook f1, very interesting.
Whoa, rook f1.
And played quickly enough that I suspect he might just know that this is very strong.
Yeah, I mean, he's been playing with such speed, and you go knight takes pawn, you pick up 2 pawns for the piece, you go queen f3, rook f1 in just seconds. Fabi's the better prepared, and to me it looks like, yes, this is the kind of opening where if you're the better prepared one, you might just get a really quick point in.
No question about it. I am familiar with ideas of knight b8, knight d7 in order to prepare the queen
And
move.
I think this is what he's playing against. He wants to play queen g3, and then just to follow it up with f2, f4 as quickly as possible.
So knight b8, queen g3.
I would look at queen g3, yeah. Rook h8 played for now. And
Rook
even
H,
here.
a good temporizing move, by the way, because it does allow, if you do play queen g3, it does allow king f8. Sorry, Tanya, you wanted to say.
That this is a very thematic idea against the piece sacrifice on g5. You put your king forward, you put your rook on h8. You're also not only vacating the f8 square, but very often the rook slides over to h5 at the right moment. Let's say when your queen is on g3, perhaps it could. But the whole idea is that you start targeting the bishop on g5.
Exactly.
You have to watch out for bishop takes f6 check in this particular position. But the rook belongs to h8. So I like what Fabi's done, and now he goes for the other plan that you're mentioning of rerouting the knight to enforce the defense on the pinned knight from d7.
Exactly, and if we could make the legal move f2, f4, we really do.
lot of time on that one.
That was a surprise. I'm not sure I saw a refutation to d6 takes e5,
Yeah.
Peter.
I guess he just feels this is stronger.
Yeah, okay, he's picking up a tempo. He's anticipating if the bishop has to move, that maybe he would like to recapture even with the knight in that case, as his pawn on f7 would be pretty nice. Queen h5.
That jumps in, and now you're also eyeing checks on h6. I would be terrified with black here.
It's 3 pawns.
It's 3 pawns and a very exposed king, and Firouzja
Knight
simply
takes
grabs on
e5 and
e5.
says,
This is incredibly scary. Yeah, you have to play
So-
king g8 and
Wow.
hope that there's no way for white to give a check on the g file. And yeah, Alireza showing some very, very...
I'd say nerves of steel
Yes,
myself.
exactly.
My goodness. I would not have invited the bishop to come to h6, but he's saying I can withstand the assault. Can he, Tanya?
It looks very scary. Look at the pieces lined up on the H line. That rook on h8, knight on h7, bishop h6, queen h5. It's not a position you get to see every day.
The H file's occupied.
It's occupied, fully occupied, but the G file is where the action's
Four.
at. He first pushes the knight, and I'm guessing the knight
Knight takes. Oh, there
You're
is
gonna
a
get
queen
checkmated.
g4. There is a.
Yeah, but we
so,
can take on c4 and perhaps
Once.
play something like f7, f6, or f7, f5 even, but f6
I like
in
it.
particular.
But we've got to show the
it.
checkmate because we don't get that to show very often. But maybe just with arrows that your bishop needs to guard the g4 square and queen g4 would be game over.
Right, and have we seen knight c4 yet? But we could see knight c4, f6.
And then the queen will drop back because bishop takes
We
c4
do.
is still not going to be a... Oh, whoa, rook f3.
Knight
Played
takes
instantly
c4.
by Fabi.
That was clearly the
Whoa.
intention.
And
By
there's a
the
big
way,
threat.
What about knight f8? Yeah, he's going to play knight f8 here.
And he's done it. Knight f8, and the queen x-rays the g6 square so that rook f3, rook takes g3.
I'm not
doesn't
sure
win.
This
this
is
is
either
great for white.
brilliant or completely crazy by Fabi. I would have been flagged after rook f3 had my opponent not recaptured and played rook f3.
Knight f8. Tanya, what are you going to do?
The idea is to go knight g6. It's ticking. You can give a check on g3, but knight g6, and it looks like everything is under control. And my bishop on h6 is pinned as well. And
Wow.
Fabi in a think tank right now.
I
think
think
this
we
fizzles
missed it.
now.
I think
this
he's
fizzles.
missed it. I think he had to recapture on c4 because currently he's down 2 pieces. 2.
2 pieces, and the big difference is that now if you capture on c4, black can recapture and win a piece, which he couldn't earlier
By the
because
way,
queen
rook
g4
f1.
is
It's gone
not a
wrong.
mate.
It's gone wrong. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it now. It has gone wrong for Fabi, and with knight takes d2 and knight g6, I think the tables are firmly on Alireza's side of the board. Knight g6, rook g3.
He's looking for tricks now, but
Yes.
it's not over because we
Cheapo
still see some
potentials.
ideas against the black king. There's definitely potential for cheapos here.
I'm just refreshing my board, everybody. Just wanted to catch up with the players. Rook g3 on the board.
Oh, and
Again,
Alireza down to 15 seconds on the clock, yes.
the one bad news for Ali's position is his bishop on a7 is really out of the game. I mean, he's got 2 extra pieces.
Whoa, he sacrifices a third. He just sacrificed a third piece. That is 3 minor pieces sacrificed by Fabi.
Is this a draw now? He can take on
What?
g6 twice, and then king f7 probably gets you mated, and if you go in the corner, bishop
Bishop
g7...
slow down.
g7
Hang on a second.
Slow down,
Isn't
slow
this
down.
fine now? Completely fine for white now.
Rook
I'm
g6.
not sure that knight takes d2 is the right move because the idea is we take on g6. He just gave the queen.
Fabi might be better now. Just play king takes g2
Whoa.
or... Whoa, completely
There goes
winning.
the bishop with check.
This is game over.
has
Swindled.
turned the tables completely.
We're going to be needing a slow motion recap of that position at the end of this round, Peter.
And he's resigned.
Handshakes, it's all over.
Oh, Firouzja just collapsed.